Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dutch Hall. Oh, man. It's Fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a...
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman.
Was a woman, and her vagina was hairy.
Huh.
We are on... are we on now? Hello, everybody.
Ooh.
Oh, I think welcome to the Dutch Hall. We have to mute one of these things, otherwise we're gonna have a. Fuzzy was a. I think it's the. It's the YouTube one there.
Okay.
Vagina was hairy. Yeah. There we go. There we go. We don't have to hear it, but we can see a chat if anyone decides to chat with us, which I doubt they will. Ha ha. All right. Is this it? Are we ready to go, Kev?
Let's do it.
We got to do it, Johnny. Oh, Jane's here. We're just getting started. We're not really rolling yet. Don't worry about it. Look, you're on TV. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Looks delicious. See ya. All righty. We got our food. We have our technology rolling.
Oh, look at that. You can see it, too, in one of the pictures.
What's that?
The
meat tray?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Front center. Oh, God damn it. It looks nice. We have an hour.
Meat trays.
Yeah. I told her, put it out of reach for us, because if you put it in within reach, we chew on that the whole show, and it is really, it's yucky. It's like, people don't like hearing that. It's like it's like listening to a dog lick peanut butter out of like.
It's the top of its mouth.
Your wife's, what?
Off the top of his
What? Off the top of his mouth. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. 2 times. I tried that 2 times.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do today. Really don't. This is really flying by the seat of our pants. We have to give our condolences or our best wishes to Beaver, who is a little ill. He has a tummy problem. He's puking.
That's
Johnny
good.
is on his game today, people.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to appreciate that Johnny is going to. Like, I didn't even know we had that one in there. Sad trombone.
Yeah.
I did it for
Oh man,
a year. I never touched it once.
Yeah. That's the thing, Kev. There was a lot of those things in there. Remember you said you were going to put like the bomb when someone said a bad joke or something, and then
Never
like,
a bad joke.
Yeah, there was never a bad joke. That's true.
Never needed
and all the time, and we never needed it.
It's here. I do see it.
Yeah. Well, we got to invite Joe back.
Oh,
Then we're doing it. I'm trying to get something going with Joe for the winter to take him on a tour with me, and I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
keep you warm.
It's gonna be like interesting to travel with the guy. I know we will have a good time
For sure.
but there's always that element of like it could go any way, you know, like it might be more than I'm bargained for.
Angry mob with pitchforks.
Yeah, and also the shows themselves, you know, like I don't know, but I think it's still gonna be worth it. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Anyways, Dirty Daddies tour, we're calling it the
Nice.
Dirty Daddies. Yeah, which is kind of fitting because we're I think Joe especially likes to be both daddies. Eh? Like he likes both meanings.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. I don't know if I would like to be a daddy or not.
You're definitely a parent.
Yes, but I'm a parent, but I don't know about a daddy. You know a sugar daddy? You ever see sugar babies on sugar babies?
Yep.
Would you ever think, Johnny, that if you had like a independent wealth, that you had like you become rich, would you spend it on a sugar baby?
God, no.
Why?
Because that's basically just me paying for a whore. I don't want to pay for that.
Oh, that's true. It is true. But there's a certain amount of difference than a whore, kind of, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, what makes it different? You know, there's people that'll go, like, honestly, I've heard of like girls that like get their stuff paid through college to be someone's like sugar baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to like go out with these old men and stuff. And then I think you're going to fuck them, right? Like, you're going to probably have sex with them, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's also girls that dance without clothes on in bars that say they're putting themselves through school too.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to have sex.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. But escorts, you think there's any escorts that just escort you like out to the movies?
Like walk arm in arm into the theater.
Yeah, like I just don't want to be eating dinner alone. So like, can you come to the diner with me?
You're not a hua.
Yeah. Or is it always ending sex with an escort?
I don't know. I think it's probably always sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming so, but
But there's not a contract, right? So like you could just say, no, you paid for an escort. This is a legal thing. And then you're going and you're getting escorted. And then you're like, hey, when are we going to have the dirty sex? You know? And,
Right.
and then they're like, she's like, no, you paid for an escort. And then you're like, oh, but I wanted to have sex. I thought this whole thing was for sex. And then she says, well, for like $1 million more, you can, like, or $1,000 or something, you can bang me and do whatever you want. And then you're like, oh, that's a highway robbery. It's
Yeah.
extortion. You got me on the hook now. Now you're doing this to me, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I never got in that game. I want the rules to be explained to me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to go out and get whores.
I don't blame you.
Right?
yeah.
That's how it works in my world. Unless there's it's in writing, you know, I know what I'm getting. And then, but I don't want any surprises.
No.
I don't want to end up just sitting there, you know, like where you got like a raging hard erection and you're just, you'll say yes to anything at that point, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Now she's robbing you. Before that, I want to make this deal with a soft penis, and then we start doing sexy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we talk business first, and we get all the details worked out before my cock starts making all the decisions around
Yep.
here.
Have a nice dinner so you're not thinking hungry.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Why? You think the hunger would also affect it?
I don't know. I don't know. It's possible.
Might eat the wrong
Depends
thing?
what you're hungry for.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got a question, but I'm going to wait till we start the program because it's kind of gross. But just remind me about winking.
All right.
And we'll talk about winking after we do the thing that we do to start episode 421. And you know what that is? Don't you have to tell them?
And now the host of Live from the Dutch Hall and two-time
Good time.
President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke.
Oh, thank you, everybody. So nice. So professionally done. I think really to do a successful program, this is the bare minimum of cast that we need. We need to have one person to do a beautiful introduction, and we had him right there off the hop, and we need another person to do the two-time.
Yes,
Because if I'm doing my own two-time, that's like, it's desperate.
Yeah.
It's desperate.
it does reek of desperate.
So I need to introduce these fine people who are joining me on Tuesday night in the pool shed. But for you people, it's Thursday. Don't worry about it. First of all, to my immediate left, he's back after a long hiatus. Was it long?
A couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here tonight. Kevin Donger Van Dungeon.
Hey.
Welcome back, Donger.
Thanks. I noticed some things while I was gone.
Did you? What happened? You tell us later.
I'll tell you.
And back doing his director's duties.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sorry, Johnny, but you're also closest to the fridge, so you are the bartender tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, doing it all, Johnny Renton.
Tough crowd.
Nasty, tough crowd tonight, Johnny. Don't worry, just keep chipping away at it.
Yeah. Don't
I
give
mean,
up.
after my hiatus, they still haven't forgiven me.
They
So.
haven't forgiven you. They just started to learn to love you, and then you left them. You abandoned them.
Always
So you got to earn back their love. And you will do it, Johnny. I know that. And as well, you're going to earn the love of the city of Hamilton by promoting your show at the Lazy Flamingo on Monday nights, where you showcase some of the best comedy in Canada, really. A lot of it coming right out of the city of Hamilton. Ladies and gentlemen, get off your asses. You have nothing better to do on a Monday night. Go see this man's show in Hess Village in Hamilton. Lazy Flamingo every Monday night. That's our plug for Johnny.
Nice.
That's your
Appreciate
pay, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's your pay. You got nothing else. Though I gave him wheat products last week, Kev.
Maybe a couple pieces of cheese and some.
And we give him cheese. Hey, you can help yourself to any of those
Cracker.
beers in the fridge. I'll tell you that, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know that. So we do give you some stuff.
Yeah.
And
Give you a clean flow hat.
we give you a clean flow hat.
Yeah.
And then, God, fingers crossed. Clean Flow's starting to, they're watching our clips. They're, Beaver wrote him a slogan.
You did.
Yeah. Well, might as well do our Clean Flow ad.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support our sponsors, go to cleanflow.com. That's KLEENFLO.com. If you need to bust a nut, put some goo on it.
Oh,
Some honey goo from Clean Flow.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what Beaver wrote. and then you go on to say it's not really dirty. If you think that's dirty, it's not. It's an agriculture and automotive lubricant
Yeah.
that you use in order to
Loosen a nut.
loosen a nut, to bust free the nut, so that if it's got grime and grease on it, you loosen that up so you can bust that nut free.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're thinking about coming all over something, that's your problem,
Yeah,
mister.
don't be gross.
It's not ours. Go to cleanflow.com and check out all their great products. You know what a good commercial has in it? The word come.
Yes.
Why don't we have more sponsors, Kevin?
You put cum in anything.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to use these on network TV. I don't think,
Oh, well.
Yeah. Winking. You want to do winking?
Sure.
Or do you want to do what you noticed about the show?
Oh, just winking.
Well, I have I found this new thing called butthole winking.
I thought that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, it was butthole winking. And what happens when you see butthole winking is that eventually, sometimes they mix in some farts in it.
Mhm.
Eh? You ever see that?
Nope.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of farts.
Yeah.
So even on a porno search,
Mm-hmm.
I will still get distracted by fart humor, and then you end up watching some of these videos, and they're pretty funny, to be honest with you. And I just wonder, this is the question for you fellas, does that, let's say you're looking at a scene, where the girl's doing something sexy, like showing your hindquarters, like in a close-up way,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden she starts just fucking blasting farts. Does that diminish your arousal at that point, or does it increase it?
I think it might pique my interest to watch more.
Yeah.
Fascinating for sure. I mean, I think we can all agree that this is entertainment, if nothing more.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it. I like it because the girl a lot of times laughs too, right?
Just genuine.
Yeah, it's genuine. You can't fake that.
Nope.
They're not that good at actors, right? So what do you got there? Grasshopper flew in your lap?
No, the moth just landed on
moth?
the ground, so.
I don't know. That's got to be a sign, Johnny.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means you're going to make it or not.
Well, he's gone now, so.
Oh, the moth's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, you murdered it.
Perished.
Yeah.
That was a fly on the wall. That was our mascot.
Yeah.
Mothy.
Mothy.
Oh, man. The kids are going to be sad tonight.
Yeah.
Mothy's gone.
Mothy was.
Oh, did you get Mothy too? What do you got? A
I
mosquito?
got mosquito.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? This place is infested. It's like a tropical rainforest in the Dutch Hall at night. It's wintertime, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just butchering insects.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. These insects got to be running for their life. There's not much good times left for them. They're going to be dead soon.
Yep.
I say you power through the farts.
Power through the farts, right? Don't let it do it. It's like if you're having relations with a lady
Mm-hmm.
and you're giving her a good couple of goes, you just throwing the pistons to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And all of a sudden she starts queefing, like pussy farting at you.
Yeah.
Do you express disgust at that point? What kind of person are you?
Pride.
You made those queefs.
Yep.
By pumping air into her crevasse.
Like Patrice used to say, there's no room left for nothing.
Yeah. So the air comes out, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it is. That's a nice way of looking at it. And it's funny, right?
Yeah.
It's a funny sound.
It is a funny sound. I don't mind it at all. But I think girls would find it embarrassing, you know. But I want the ladies to know here's a room full of 3 gentlemen, and we all have no issues with it at all.
Nope.
So when you're letting those pussy farts out, just to know that there's a certain amount of enjoyment there.
Yeah, enjoy it yourself.
But they don't smell.
Nope.
That's one thing. They're just sounds. There's beautiful, funny sounds come out of your vagina.
Yep.
Right?
It's like comic relief if you need it.
Yeah. And when I'm having sex and all of a sudden I get a funny sound, yeah, coming right out of the hole that I'm trying to do stuff with, I'm just like, what a gift from God, eh? What a gift.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't even know how I did it, how I keep putting the air in there, but I like it. And there's no harm in it.
Nope.
No. So girls, fart away.
Embrace it.
Yeah, embrace it. And Johnny, fucking +2 on the knowing when to put the fart sounds
for
in.
Sure.
Just brilliant, this kid.
Yep. That was part of my observation. Like I was just like, Johnny's just crushing it.
What? Last week's show, the 420 show?
Yep.
Johnny
Even
was
high.
Yep.
I was thinking that you kind of went into a little bit of you were a bit quieter than normal last week in your high state. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought I was more talkative than normal last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I would just admired his skills on the board. Like that's where I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
holy Christ, +1, +2, +3.
And he's pulling it out with no, like, while he's on the couch.
Yeah, and he
you know?
just
He's
really
ill-equipped.
got off the IR too. Like he was.
Yeah. Well, Johnny's he's in high demand in the TV business now. Eh? I don't know if you know that. He's in a rock video.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's in a rock video. He's like working on a new TV show.
Cool.
Yeah, fucking Johnny, eh? He's like a superstar.
Virtuoso.
He's doing all the things that I would wish I would have done at his age.
It's got young energy.
Yeah.
I mean, it all started here, so.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what, Johnny? If you don't make it is to be a big star, then you've let me and Kevin down.
Yeah.
And I just want you to know that.
Because we need to live through you.
Because we need to live through you. This is it. So once we're old and we've given up on ourselves completely, we're going to start really putting our efforts on you. Just to like, it's mostly at that point going to be nagging from old men.
Yeah.
Like more just yelling at you. They're not living up to your potential. So.
You got about 6 months till we get old too.
Yeah. Come on, man. Make it big.
Yeah.
This is true, though. This is what I learned, and it's actually true. And I don't even know if it's good or bad, but I think it's just the way it is. It's that if you want to like really make it in comedy, that like you just have to like have a close group of friends, and one of them have to make it.
Yeah.
And then bring everyone with you, you know. But the chances, but you have to have a pack to run with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody makes it alone.
Nobody makes it alone. That's what I think is the truth nowadays. It's like this show here. We should have Doug Koning and Tim Nicholson on and promote their podcast, Best Worst Friends or something.
Yes. I think it's something like that.
And then
Worst best friends or
yeah,
best worst friends.
yeah. Yeah, well, this is a great promotion for them. I'm sure they'll be sold on. But don't worry, they don't listen to our show. See? That's the thing. We need a synergy, and we don't want to. Who else? And then there's not a lot of podcasts still going on, eh? Most podcasts come and go.
Yeah.
But one that always stays is the Dutch Hall.
Yep.
You can set your fucking clock to it, people. We're coming back. Even if we take a hiatus, we're coming back. We tell you, we'll come back.
Yep.
And that's what we do.
We do what we say we're going to do.
Oh, wow. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It went all funky. You know, the thing of it is that at first when I started doing this show, people thought, you know, I'm crazy, just a guy just doing this shut it out of your shed, talking to nobody into the internet, you know? And then after you do it for like 10 years, like people are like, or it's only almost 9, you like people give you credit for it.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, you still are doing it. Like, it's like, now it's all of a sudden like something you put on a resume.
Yeah.
You know, but before when you're doing it for like a year, even you don't put that on a resume. People are like, especially then, and like that because podcasts were so new.
Yeah.
Like people would be like, that's not a credit. But now it's like, yeah, I did it every week for fucking ever. And then people are like, oh, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, like to be consistent and keep doing it and make it a discipline. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And you trend in different countries.
Yeah, man. And I was on the chart twice in Canada. My podcast is listed twice by accident. And so I was like 2 times on the Canadian charts in the top 100 and I'm like, well, if I could just combine those two, maybe I would be even higher,
Top 10.
So I'm in the process of working with Apple to get that done. So hopefully that'll move us up into even more charts because, we fell out of favor in Thailand.
No.
Yeah, they no longer like us. But you know who loves us?
Australia.
Australia. Yeah, speaking of which, it's not actually Australia. There's like I would say 10 people, maybe only 5 people in Australia.
How many people live in Australia?
6.
12? Oh.
I'm sorry. There's lots.
Yeah.
But what I like is that one person in all of Australia actually talks to us and listens to all of our shows. And like he's the only one in his whole country. He can say that with pride.
Yeah.
That there's a country of millions of people. I think they're about the same population as Canada, like around 35 or something.
Yeah.
And they and out of all those 35 million people or whatever it is, he's the only one who has a relationship with Live from the Dutch Hall. Isn't that a badge of distinction?
Yeah.
But there are other people in Australia that listen to our show, but they will not identify themselves. And until they do, goddammit, we will only regard the one listener, Emil Van Steeg, as our Australian representative and as the our Australian correspondent.
Absolutely.
And if another one comes forward, now all of a sudden we're a big deal in Australia.
Yeah.
But until they do, if they just listen to us quietly and they don't send us an email at thedutchhall@gmail.com, then they're nothing compared to Emil.
It's true. That's what I said. Competition for Emil would be good, but
yeah,
I mean,
because we want to go to Australia and we can't just sleep at one guy's house.
No,
we want to see more than just
one vagina coach.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we should get this other shit out of the way, Johnny, by doing a little segment we call feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking feedback.
Hello, welcome to feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you by PeteVanDykeComedian.com. If you want to book me or check out my dates, go to PeteVanDykeComedian.com. And also, if you want to support our show, go to Patreon.com/Dutch Hall. Check out all of our footage. We're actually getting some idea for Patreon content to make it more enticing for you people to actually get off of your crusty old wallets and start throwing some cash our way. Hey, you cheap pricks. Hey, sorry, audience. I love you. Give me money. You ought to be more like Jen, though.
That's
our
right.
queen. Join Dutch Hall Royalty. Go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall. So, for feedback this week,
Got it.
Emil Van Steeg, he was watching our show or listening to our show from last week, and he heard what the Beaver said about a flood making like stinking. Like if you had a livestock operation, you imagine like having all that manure floating, he said. And Emil says, I'm gonna get this right one of these days. Let's see. He said flooded towns are stinking like sewage. So give me a farm anytime, as long as the cows are safe and my favorite shirt stays clean.
Oh,
Eh? And that reminded me when I ranked all the poops, I should have put people poop in there. People poop is the worst. Beats rabbits.
Yep.
People poop is the worst because we eat the grossest shit. Eh?
yeah.
So if you really think about it, yeah, if you got sewers that are all flooding and there's like people poop all over a city or something like that, fuck that. I'd be happy to be sitting around with a couple of cow pies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Poultry's pretty rank too, but
Poultry does stink, but people is the worst. If you've never smelled my dad come out of a bathroom,
it's not pleasant.
no, you're a lucky person if you've never smelled it. I'll tell you that, because I can smell it in my. You know, if I just close my eyes and put myself back to that place, I just smell it. It's diarrhea and cigarettes, man. That's what the bathroom smells like when he's done his morning business. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Still, Paul's like, my brother says sometimes, like, he said to me one time, I was like, you ever take a shit and it smells just like her dad? I'm like, yeah, I do actually. Once in a while, you're like, that reminds me of when being a kid and you smell that coming out of the bathroom. You're like, why am I doing the same thing? I must have to, you know, I have to check my lifestyle.
Just pray it's genetics.
Yeah. Oh, that's a terrible thing to inherit, though. I'll tell you. I wish I inherited the ability to eat more fiber.
Work ethic.
Yeah.
So many better things.
Yeah. I swear to God, like my dad, his last solid shit was like when Trudeau's dad was still prime minister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Those were the days.
Those were the days, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, maybe it's fine now. I don't really monitor that stuff.
Give him a call one day, see.
No, I don't want to get him going on that stuff. If you get him talking about his shits, he'll talk about for hours, man. There was a period of time where he was concerned with it, so he put a lot of his focus on it, and then, man, you had to hear about it all the time. And we had to tell him, like, because we're going over there to have supper with him all the time, and you're like, okay, no poop talk, eh? No poop talk for supper, and he just wants to tell you all about his movements. You're like, I don't want to know that stuff, man. Come on. I don't care. It's not that I don't care. Like I want the best for him. I just don't want to know.
Talking about it ain't gonna make it better.
No. Like if let's say right now I have internal bleeding, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I am internally bleeding. I'm not saying I'm not internally bleeding.
Right.
But one thing I'm not going to do is tell you about it.
No.
I'm not telling you about it. I'm going to sit here and internally bleed till the show's over, make my commitment to the fans, and then I'll go in the house, double over, and probably go to sleep. If I'm still bleeding in the morning, I'll go to the hospital. Yeah. I'll probably be unconscious by then because of the amount of internal bleeding. Yeah.
Hope not.
It's probably just gas.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
The pain's starting to get worse, though, eh?
But yeah, talking about it's probably not going to make it better, though, is it?
No, it's not going to make it better. Well, let's just talk about something else. But yeah, no. I know. It's like when you live in that space, like if you're thinking about being sick all the time, even when you are sick, like even with me and my cancer, if I'm thinking about my cancer all the time and I'm like just stewing about it, like I'm in that headspace about it, then it's going to like be an awful experience.
Yep.
You know, because I'm just going to be thinking about that shit. I never think about it.
No.
Unless I'm thinking of a joke. But it's like I'm not thinking about it. And I don't, like it comes up once in a while. I try to push it out of my head. Like I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
Can't let it win.
You know, you can't like, if there was something I can do, I would do it. You know, like if I could.
Think it away.
Yeah. But you're not going to. And so then when it doesn't, if you don't think about it, it doesn't affect your life at all.
Yeah.
Just go to your fucking appointments and take your medicine and shut up. You know, like it's like, there it is. It's done. Like there's no point in me like making an issue of it.
Right.
You know?
Ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah.
Just don't think about it.
That's the thing. Like what, and doctors are always telling you all this, like too much information really. Cause like, I don't fucking know what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's, I don't understand that stuff. And plus, I don't know what to do with it. The information once I get it, you know, if you tell me what to do with it, that's fine. Like I got that camera at my pee hole and the doctor's like, look at the screen, you know, look at your prostate, look at that prostate, you know, and like look at it, and I'm like, I don't want to look at the fucking screen, you know?
I don't know what a good or a bad one looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what a good or a bad prostate looks like. It just looks like, you know, like pink.
Yeah.
And it's like inside of your body. I don't know what the fuck.
Could be your heart for all you know.
Yeah, tell me that's anything. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So like you do your job and I'll sit here with a camera in my dick and close my eyes and pretend I don't have a camera in my dick.
Think of jokes.
Yeah, isn't that like,
Yeah.
isn't that a fair deal?
Yeah.
Like you went to school to learn how to put this camera in and know what all that pink shit means. I don't care.
Nope.
Just tell me what to do. You know, you do your
You
job.
should just say, fucking feel better. Figure it out.
Yeah, I would love to be asleep for this whole thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would love it if I didn't even know what you did.
Nope.
Yeah, when I had my what do you call it when you get the colonoscopy? I did a colonoscopy, and then the guy wanted to have a follow-up appointment, and I'm like, no.
Don't even let someone wave a finger in your face.
No, because the guy's like, you're not, like, as long as I knew I didn't have cancer and anything, like, then I was like, yeah, good as gold. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
I don't need any more, like, information, you know, like, I don't care. You did it. If something was to do, then I'd go. I'm not going to go back in just to have you tell me, you know.
Yeah, if there's an exercise or something you could do to make your prostate stronger.
Yeah, I read the report. It didn't say. It just said got some hemorrhoids. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
I knew that. I didn't need to come to the doctor to know that.
I didn't have to take all that stuff that I had diarrhea for fucking half a day, so that and they tell me I'm not clean enough. I'm like, I don't know. I felt like I fucking was gonna die. I was turned inside out. You know, like, what more do you want from me?
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever get one of those things, a colonoscopy, take both packages.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to take both packages. Apparently, you know what? That's what they were telling me. You weren't clean enough, which is really gross. It means there was poop when they were trying to do their job.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I didn't care. I had a great sleep. Like, I had a great sleep. You were covered in my shit.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, I had the best sleep of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like I slept for like a half a day, and I slept for like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, and the lady told me, Johnny, right before she gave me the drugs to put me to sleep, she goes, "This is what they gave. This is what killed Michael Jackson."
That's exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah. And then I fell asleep.
Thank God I'm not a pop star.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder he did it every night because it was awesome.
Mm.
I would love to be anesthetized. Easy for me to say. Every night. Hey, if you could be anesthetized.
Get a good 10-minute sleep. Feel good.
Yeah. That's like a Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Boy, when they say it anesthetized, it anesthetized. Or Jason Allen.
Oh God.
You talk with a bit of a lisp.
Sometimes, yeah, you do notice it. If you're doing a Jason Allen impression, you do put the lisp in. You have to, you know, even when you'll even try to throw it in when he says Katie. You'll throw. There's no room for a TH in that at all.
No.
There's not an S or a TH sound. But anyways, I don't really notice it that much when I talk to him.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, I hear people's impersonation. It's always got the lisp.
It's always got the lisp, but I don't. He's got one joke about his lisp, and I never heard the lisp. And then when people do the impression, you hear the lisp. And I'm only doing an impression of the impression when I do the impression because I don't really hear it, but I know that it must exist. And maybe once in a while I catch it real slight. But I bet you when he was a kid he had it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And now he probably is just self-conscious about it.
Yeah. Works very hard to not
put. And we all just make fun of it because we're awful.
Yeah.
Because that's fun.
That is a common impression that a lot of comedians do. We'll do him, and everyone can do a Shazma too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Howdy.
Have you heard Chris Adorante's Dan Brennan?
No.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, Chris does good ones. Eh?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, his Dan Brennan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. I would love to hear his Dan Brennan.
Yeah.
I gotta have Chris in to do that.
Yeah. Get them both in.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Dueling Brennan.
Yeah.
Dueling Dan Brennan.
Tell each other jokes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. I wonder if anyone will ever do a Pete Van Dyke impression. I wonder if it's possible. Did you know that I had a costume to come to the Levity party and then I ended up not coming?
You mentioned that you did. Yeah.
My costume was of Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Yeah, I was coming as Joe Botello and it was really a good costume.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just fucking flaked out. But I had the beard and the eyebrows and the bald head. I had
Pillow under your shirt.
yeah, and I just had to walk like this.
Yeah.
Like an ape.
Slammer back.
It would have been fun. And then I just flaked out, man. And then, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I fucking suck, man. I can't put together like a whole week
Yeah.
before I fall apart.
Yeah. Most of the week, that's good.
Yeah. I went to a comedy show on a Monday night last night. I had the time of my life. I really did. Had so much fun. And I stayed out later than I ever stay out. And I could have definitely leaned into it last night. Oh, I was having a good time. Like if I could figure out a way to like make it all work, I would have still been there.
Is that a Hess Village show?
No, it was a fundraiser for the homeless
At the Lion's Head.
at the Lion's Head, which is a little pub across from the bus station in Hamilton, which,
Ooh.
hey,
It's a great little pub.
yeah, it is actually. It's fun because it's a small room, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's like, a lot of the audience is kind of just standing in the back of the room, and then there's a few tables, but it's you don't need a lot of people before it feels full, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's intimate. And so when you do get everyone laughing, it's like it's loud in there and it's like cool.
Yeah, it sucks when the buses go by though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the summer because they have the windows open.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
windows open. You just hear the fucking air brakes and shit going by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen comics have bad sets and then just jump out that window and go home.
Yeah, I did that one night.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
crawl through the window.
Yeah, they're like, "Ugh." Yeah. And there is a bunch of regulars that drink there that really, because one time I'm like, would you like me to get you a chair, sir? To the one guy. And he's like, I don't want to watch this shit. I want to drink.
Yeah.
Like, when are you guys done?
Yeah.
I'm upset this is still
Distracting
going
is
on.
drinking.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I got to make this guy laugh too. I'm like, this is great. He hated like he hates us.
Yeah, there's a couple of regulars there who do not want the comedy at all.
No, they really don't like us.
Like I walked in one day and a guy's like, "You're fucking doing it again," and like, yeah, I'm not the one who does it though, so fuck off.
Yeah, you're like their enemy because they make you shut off the hockey game, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
So they get really upset.
yeah.
The regulars don't like it because they're there no matter what the entertainment is. Like you're trying to get the bar owner more business than he would normally have, but they don't want us to be mean to the regulars because the regulars are like they're there all the time.
yeah.
So they let them stay, but you should really make the regulars go until the show's over. Like
Yeah.
say fuck off.
Yeah.
But you can't really because they are your regulars.
Yeah.
But they're the worst.
They're happy with TV.
Yeah, they're happy with they're happy with you with an empty bar too because
Yeah.
it's like their living room. It's all theirs, you know. So they don't want a crowded bar, but the owner does because he's got to pay some bills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pay up, fuckers.
Pay up, fuckers.
Yep. Pay the bills.
Yeah, man. What else did you notice about the show?
Oh, I mean, I can't believe how fucking shitty of a job I was doing compared to what Johnny does naturally.
Yeah, yeah,
He used more sound effects in one show
yeah,
than I used in a year and a half.
yeah. And and it was a combined effort the last week.
Mhm.
It was. Yeah.
I hit the first button.
Yeah.
And maybe the second one too. I might have had two because I had the bong bubble
Yeah.
and then I think I hit applause.
I think yeah.
Yeah, so I had two buttons. You can give me some fucking credit, Kev?
Yeah. That's
Wasn't
your
this
show.
impressive? I was
I'm
hosting.
impressed by Johnny.
He is good, yeah. It's not a competition. We should really just let Johnny have a shine. I'm sorry, Johnny. That was selfish of me. I should think of what I want to do before I do it. Holland won.
They're playing USA.
They're going to play the US of A. And yeah, the US of A. I was watching this interview and there's Iranian reporter.
Mhm.
And the U.S. Captain of the soccer team, he's like going, yeah, we're going to play Iran and we're going to beat Iran, or we're going to try to do our best to beat Iran or whatever, you know? And then this Iranian reporter goes, first of all, you're saying my country's name wrong every time. It is not Iran. It is Iran, right? And then the U.S. captain's like, oh, well, that's what's good about these tournaments. You know, it brings us all together and we get to learn about each other's cultures. And, you know, now that you've set me straight, I know that I won't mispronounce your country's name anymore, you know? I apologize for that. You know, it wasn't my intention. And you could tell the guy was kind of ticked off because he was hoping to pick a fight here.
Yeah.
And this guy,
The Brady Bunch answer.
yeah, this guy just kind of handled it real beautifully. And then now I'm stuck being just still hating this American, but not knowing why. So,
Your country invades my country.
yeah. But they all move there. That's the thing. They don't really like the countries don't like each other, but the people don't give a fuck,
No.
right?
No.
That's the thing. It's never about the people. You go to every country and the people don't give a shit.
People are good.
People are good.
Leaders are bad.
Yeah, governments are bad. Like our government's a bunch of idiots too. It's like you can't judge me based on our government. Holy Christ.
Yeah.
Like don't bring me into that fucking mess.
No.
Like I've said this before, and I don't think it's a popular opinion, but I don't really have any allegiance to Canada at all.
No.
No, I don't care. Like it's a nice country.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. It's a nice country. I like it enough, but it's not the best in the world. It's not like the greatest thing. I'm not going to be so patriotic to believe that there's not a lot of places that have just as much great shit, and the whole world's good. So what's the big deal about this one little
Yeah.
spot of it?
Mhm.
You know, like I don't give a crap at all. Like I know it's good, but it's,
Is it the best? We don't know.
I don't know. There's lots of places that are good. It's not it's not like everything we do is good too. There's shitty parts of it to us too. It's cold. We have a really horrible leader. We have, I don't even know if he's a human. I think he might be a robot.
Our leader?
Yeah. Do you think Justin's a robot?
I don't know. I'd like to hear him answer one question one time.
Yeah, and he tells us what Canadians think, but I don't know if he's talking about me.
No, I think he's really out of touch.
Yeah.
And so then I'm a Canadian, but he's saying it all the time. Every time you watch that guy, he's going, Canadians think this, Canadians think that. And I'm like, I'm a Canadian.
Like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, like I'm a Canadian, but I don't think any of that shit. So like, did you, can you just say that because like one Canadian thinks that? Or like two? Do you need two?
I think
Or like, this is what I think.
Yeah, or like which Canadians? Are you just saying that like Trump says it, where he goes like people are saying, people everywhere they're saying.
Yeah.
I wonder. You raise a good point, though. All he really needs is two Canadians to think something.
And then you're like, I'm not lying. There are
No.
Canadians that say that, but
Yep.
they're just in that crazy bitchy looking woman there that's always beside me. And then there's another one, I think, that agrees with her because they're too afraid to disagree with her because
Yeah.
she's so fucking mean looking.
Yeah. Yeah. People talk to him and tell him what he wants to hear, and those are Canadians.
Yeah, that's why Trudeau walks like that, eh? Like, he walks like he's got pickle up his ass.
Yeah.
That's because he's had Chrystia Freeland's hand up his ass,
Like telling him what, like a
puppeting
puppet?
him
Yeah.
for the last like 8 years or whatever. And that'll make you walk like that, having that little girl's hand up your ass.
Yeah.
She's
It's uncomfortable.
yeah, she's like, I can't do that joke on stage because no one knows who she is, eh? And that's how the Liberals. She's got every job, and they still don't. No one knows who she is because she's so dislikable. You don't want to remember her,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wonder if I were bumped into her in the beer store, if I'd know who she was.
Oh yeah, no, just you would know. You would just
I'd be
feel the coldness.
She's a bitch.
Even in the beer store, you'd be in the cold cellar where the beer is, and you'd still feel the chill of her
Yeah.
frosty vag coming through.
She's like Lilith on Cheers.
Yeah, yeah. She's there's not a lot of warmth to that woman, man. She scares the living shit out of me.
Frostworm.
That's really who runs her country. That girl. Trudeau doesn't have any ideas. He hasn't ever had an idea. That guy
was a cutie patootie, and that's why he got voted in, though, right?
Yeah, they just want some fucking figurehead, but he doesn't have ideas. He's never had a clever idea. He's like, what do we think? And then he says what they tell him to think.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about him the most.
Never had an original thought in his life.
No, he doesn't have any convictions. He doesn't have any ideals. Like you have to have convictions.
He says a lot.
Yeah, dummy. You know who I like? I like that Elizabeth May from the Green Party because she seems mad at how dumb everyone is. And then I'm like, I'll vote for that lady. She seems like I can understand her frustration with these idiots.
Yeah.
And then, so that's why I always vote for her.
I like Sleepy Joe in the States too. Just the way he can't
Yeah?
make a sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Come on now.
Ice cream.
You see him with the turkey?
No.
Or he's like, oh, look at you, turkey. She's like, we'll let you go. We're not going to eat you. Hey, you want anything to eat? And they give him a mic. You got anything you want to say, turkey? And they go, so,
He's like, fuck off.
man, he's so old now. He's 80, and then he's like I can't imagine. I don't know a lot of 80-year-olds, but I know people in their late 70s, and I wouldn't let them fucking drive a car. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much you'd. But I guess the people who are voting are really pissed about that because they're all old, right? So they're like, "What are you talking about? Old people are good too." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess."
I like watching. All the old people I know are grumpy.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a grumpy old man
Yeah.
run the show.
run the show.
Yeah, like a cranky old man that's just like, nah, it's bullshit.
Didn't they just have that though?
I guess they sort of did. I loved when he stopped when he was talking and he'd stop squinting. You knew he was not reading the prompter anymore.
Oh yeah. He would like have an argument with his own prompter.
Yeah.
So he would say something and then he would agree with what he just said. Like, oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I heard that from someone before.
Me.
It's like, isn't this you saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he would, oh yeah, they're all saying
And then
that.
he'd start doing stand up. This guy out front knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like I've never seen anyone like have so many of those kind of those big. That's what he thought the job was.
Mhm.
Was going up in front of these people and just
I
saying
think he liked
this
rallies.
shit. Yeah.
Like he liked the people cheering for him.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, he's out of his mind, man. His like grip on reality is so fucked up.
Mm.
It does give me hope though. Like he can just sue people, even though he's wrong, and just hope that they can like his lawyers can bullshit talk
Yeah.
him out of trouble all the time.
Yeah.
Not afford to.
Does that work?
I bet I don't know. I bet he's just on money alone. His ability to keep things going in court has got a lot of things cleared from his plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. People just don't want to pay the fees, so they settle.
Yep.
Stuff like that. It's like, man, what a crazy thing. I would never want to do that. It's so stressful,
Yeah.
doing
Tough
all
sleep.
that shit. That's why assholes like that though. They'll like do what other people don't want to do, and then they'll just know you don't want to do that, so I'll take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty cocks. They're all dirty cocks. That's the thing about it. Like Ronald Reagan, he had Alzheimer's his second term. He really did.
Yeah.
And everyone knew it, but they just kind of hid it.
Mhm.
And then
He was falling asleep.
the government's still running, you know, like everything's running. And then they could kind of like proxy, you know, like you didn't really need him for very much. You'd march him out once in a while to do his thing when he was feeling good, and
Yep.
then I think that's what they're going to do with Joe if he
makes it.
runs again
Yeah.
and makes it, because they're going to have to like keep that guy every time he's having a good day, film some stuff of him talking to the American people, and then just let him go like into his hospital bed or whatever and talk to his dog or whatever he does.
CGI a factory behind him while he's doing a speech about good jobs and stuff like that.
Really, why do we need I don't think we need any of these guys anymore. I think, can't we just decide this shit on the internet? Like, can't we just like have a
Just vote with your phone.
yeah, vote with your phone? Everyone can just have an ID. I think they do it in Estonia. Like, just let me just log in, tell me what the issue is. You can have your party tell your side of it and your party tell your side of it. I can watch all the things if I want to be informed, and then I just vote for the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't need representation. We can represent ourselves.
Yeah. Be more accurate.
Right? I think that's the way it should be. I mean, we used to need representatives because, you know, they had to go do it in the Capitol. They had to go somewhere else to make all these decisions.
Yeah,
Now you can just do it from home.
Zoom it.
Yeah,
But
fuck
American
it.
Idol style.
American Idol.
Yeah.
American Idol, the whole thing.
The music too. We'll tell you the result
Exactly.
after the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Because like I would actually say that this idea that I just discussed would have been stupid, really stupid, when we still had politicians that were like our best and brightest, that were the people that we knew were smarter than the general public and they could fix things.
Yeah.
But we don't have that, so we have nothing to lose. Let all of us dummies make the decisions and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think should happen.
How much would politics change if the money was taken out of it too, right? By your idea,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not influenced by Pfizer's not influencing everything or whoever.
Yeah, they'll be influencing us now. They'll be trying to influence us. Well, if you
Send
know,
me some dick pills.
yeah, give me some dick pills. Now we're talking. Now,
yeah.
now you know you grease Pete's fucking palms here. Now we can get my votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power becomes ours.
You
Kev.
don't even need to test it. Just
First
send me
we
some
get
dick pills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
first,
test it.
first we get the power, then we get the dick pills.
Yep.
That's how it goes. Then we get the hard cocks.
Finally.
Yeah, finally, after all these years, this fucking cock.
McMurray.
This thing's gonna work. God damn it.
You guys need beers at all, or
Yeah.
Hey.
Beer
Plus what is like plus 5 or 6 now? It's not even worth counting anymore.
me. What?
He's just always.
Oh, yeah,
in the
Johnny?
positives. Yeah.
Now he's throwing in another job on top of this?
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. He's great. And I don't know how to do this.
I don't think they do. Look at that. I like this.
Yeah. It's a lady.
they are twist offs, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, for pussies. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I tried.
I thought I could. I don't think I could. I couldn't have. I was trying to do it with one hand. I thought I could do that with one hand.
Yeah, I had 2, so I cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just weak.
Well, I got to carry the show, man. Dead Air is this show already seems like it's really kind of like dragging. Do you think it feels like it's
A
dragging?
little bit.
What are we at? Like what time are we at?
About 50 minutes in.
50?
5-0.
It's better than the 15 you thought of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Holy shmikes! I had no idea. I guess it isn't dragging.
No.
Yeah. So Canada out of the World Cup.
Did they
Huh?
they get a point at all?
They scored a goal, but that's the only highlight they have is they scored one goal against
Croatia?
no, yeah, against Croatia, yeah. The Croats, but they were just a way more experienced team. They should have beat Belgium, but they didn't.
Footballers.
Yeah, but they were good. They're exciting, and they're fun to watch. But they failed, and
No Cinderella story for Canada.
Canada, as always, just makes a success, even though we didn't. But baby steps. It was our first one. There was a lot of. They were fun to watch. It was a really good team to watch. But they just got one more game to play, but it means nothing. So they're going to try to beat Morocco, get a win out of it, and salvage some safe face. You know,
It'd be cool if Don Morocco showed up.
Oh, Don the Rock Morocco, best finishing move in wrestling. He used to. This is what Don the Rock Morocco would do for his finishing move. I don't remember what it was, but I just thought if I was a wrestler, if wrestling was real, this would fucking be devastating.
Yeah.
He'd go to the top rope and he just basically grab your head and he put it on his knee and then he'd jump off the top rope and smash your head into the mat
Oh, Jesus.
with his knee, right?
Yep.
That's how he finished. And I was like, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so that one I thought I liked Don the Rock Morocco. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are good good. There was like remember Billy Jack Haynes?
Blonde haired guy?
No, Billy Jack Haynes. I think he wore like a fucking pilgrim's hat or something, and he was like he's from Oregon, and he just like put you in the full Nelson. That's how he would finish you.
Better than the father, Nelson.
Oh yeah, that means cocks in the butt, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You're not? Are you Catholic, Johnny?
I was raised Catholic. I'm not really, but
Were you an altar boy?
no, thank God.
I was an altar boy. I was an altar boy so long that I had to like it was embarrassing. I was doing it when I was too old.
Did you get to ring the bells?
Oh yeah, fucking right. I trained the altar boys. I trained altar, but my priest was like not at all into banging kids. You know, he was against
So
it.
you did it
Father
for
Mike?
him.
No, that's a good joke, Johnny.
Is that his name?
What, Father Mike?
Yeah.
It was Father Mike. Yeah,
Sister Barb?
yeah, Sister Barb. And I had to read when I was older. I read in church, and then one time I had to read about the Arabs.
Yep.
But I didn't know how to pronounce it correctly, so I call them the Arabs. And Sister Barb fell out of her chair laughing. I remember
She wasn't a laugher either.
She wasn't a laugher, but she didn't expect me to keep going on about the Arabs
Push through.
in church and stuff. I'm just going, yeah, the Philistines and those Arabs. So I remember that. It was Sister Barb. Yeah, no. I know he was a drinker though.
Father Mike.
Yeah, and he was the oldest man in North America with cystic fibrosis.
I was gonna guess that mess, but yeah.
And when he got sick, he had to go to Sick Kids Hospital, even though he was in his 40s, because it was a childhood killer, his disease. So then he had to get treatment. But I think people live a lot longer with that now. But Father Mike has passed.
He has passed.
Yeah, he didn't live that long, much longer after Waterford.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him.
No, he's a good guy.
I don't remember any other ones, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It makes a huge difference if you got a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I always find once they start banging you,
Yeah.
I am against it. It really like clouds my opinion of you.
Yeah.
I am not for what's happening to me right now.
I'm against it, sir.
Or my friends.
Yeah. It's funny though. My dad, if he like would see a priest, he would like he would get more polite and say like "sorry, Father" and all this stuff.
Yeah. That
And-
like fake.
Yeah, like like
Yeah.
he was kind of brought up that you should like that this like I'm like I remember one time our priest, he was visiting this guy who lived on our farm in the tenant house, and he came to visit my dad because they knew each other from growing up, and it was on a Sunday. And my dad was working in the tool shed, and he would apologize for working on a Sunday because it's anti-Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And Al's like, Father Al's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I remember he said fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. And then and I remember my dad being like, holy mackerel. Like he had never heard anything like that. Like
Especially out of a priest mouth.
yeah. Well, I like that guy too, because that guy was a regular dude.
Yeah.
You could ask him questions and you didn't have to like, because I'm opposite. I don't even like calling them father. I just call them by their first name. And then I ask them I tell them what I really think. Like I go, I don't really agree with you guys on like most things. And then, the ones that are cool will talk to you about that shit. Right.
Yeah.
And then it makes it worth it. But if you're just going to like listen to that same shit year after year,
Yeah.
and you can't even like talk about if it still makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
You just got to say like, oh, this same thing 2,000 years ago still makes sense now. Like I don't know, man. And then, but I shouldn't say this, but we'll end the show with this. I'm kind of glad that the Catholic priest banged those kids.
Not what I thought you were going to say at all.
No.
Because it gave me an out not to go to church anymore. You know what I mean? It's like if they didn't do that and they're like, why aren't you going to church? I'd be like, well, because like I just don't know if it's for me,
Yeah.
And they'd be like, hey, and now you just go like, well, I'm not getting over that kid banging thing anytime soon.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I get it, right? They're off your, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Nobody's getting behind that.
yeah, like I'm
Except
really
the
just
priest.
not going to church because I'm lazy, right? But and I don't, but
It's a convenient excuse.
but if you say like, didn't you hear about what they were doing, those children?
It's a hard no.
I'm going to say no can do, my padre. And then everyone's like, yeah, agreed. You're a good man, Pete.
I like your stance.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a good ending, right?
Yes. That's so good.
Send your letters and complaints to thedutchhall@gmail.com so we can have a good laugh about how offended we made you. And sorry if you were rogered by your priest. We should end every show like that because I think that's applicable every week that you could just say like, I'm sorry if your priest bummed you, know? Yeah. My one cousin went all the way to Rome with a priest who was a diddler.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, but never touched him. He swears to this day. Thank goodness.
Wasn't
Handsome
attracted
kid
to him.
too. Yeah, handsome kid. But this guy, it wasn't his type, man. He wasn't his type.
No.
Thank goodness, dodged a bullet, a big Polish bullet. Yeah, there's been like two locally,
Really?
two local diddlers in the church. Yeah. Anyways, I already did the joke. If you would, is it an hour now?
Isn't a couple
Just
seconds.
about, yeah.
Are we already at it? So
We
can we
are.
just do? So we nailed the show. What we basically did was show you guys Johnny's the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, his job is basically Johnny's hype man now, and I like it. You settled in your role. You did a good job, and announcer too, Kev.
Here and there.
Yeah.
You did a great job announcing. Johnny, you sold the fuck out of him. I'm a believer.
Yep.
And
You did all right too last week.
who did?
You.
Oh, thanks, Kev. Thanks for throwing something my way. I like how you're throwing compliments around. You're the compliment guy.
I pump tires.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel better about myself.
Anybody?
If you guys want a compliment,
Yeah, I'll. You want to pay for it too through Patreon? Support the show. I'll send you a compliment.
Yeah.
I want to put that in. I'll put that in.
Yeah.
Kevin will compliment you if you support our show.
You can be a total creep. I'll make something good up about you.
To be honest, if you just like send us some messages and saying, Kevin, will you please compliment me?
Yep,
He will compliment you on the next show he's on. I promise you that.
that's for sure.
But we'll still say, it'd be a lot better if you threw a fucking couple bucks our way. And,
Fuck yeah, don't be cheap.
Yeah.
So,
So,
this production costs money.
yeah.
You think these microphones were free? They weren't.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. And if it wasn't for our good friends at CleanFlow, yeah, that's right. CleanFlow.com.
Yep.
KleeNFLO.com. Go support CleanFlow. Also, if you'd like to give us a piece of feedback, see how smooth that was?
That was so good.
Go to the DutchHall@gmail.com or go to @DutchHall on Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook there. We're the Dutch Hall. And, we have a new graphic on our video show at the end, Kevin.
We do?
Yeah, I do this, but I got to do it backwards, so I can do it this way, where I say to people, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/DutchHall. And then I go, wait, it's got to be this way. No, wait, it's got to be this way. I'm on this camera, right? So it's got to be this way. See, this is like Weatherman. UNT. See you next Thursday.
Aw.
You get it? See, I'm going to put the letters in and it'll say cunt. Oh, hit the theme song. Yeah, that's it. CUNT. See? Yeah, it was back with last week, too. Maybe I'll still do. Yeah.
I think you should try it.
That
You got a
joke
good
on
room.
stage has to be the right room, yeah. To say I'm happy that those priests did that.
Not what such a good turn.